Welcome to W&L Sports Weekly. I'm Jeremy Franklin. This week we'll speak with lacrosse captains Witherell and Emily Carden. But first, here's a quick look back at the weekend in Washington and Lee athletics. Baseball split a home doubleheader with Hampton-Sydney, beating the Tigers 8-2 in the opener before falling 8-1 in Game 2. At Bridgewater's Doc Jobson Invitational, Emma Coleman led women's track and field by breaking the school record in the hammer throw, while the men's team won 6 events at the meet. Women's tennis lost 9-0 on the road to top-ranked Emory. Women's lacrosse cruised past Ferrum 24-0, while men's lacrosse picked up a key 13-8 road win over Roanoke. Here with me in the studio is AJ Witherell, senior lacrosse captain from Wilmington, Delaware. AJ, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me on.
The Generals had a string of narrow losses to ranked opponents in the non-conference portion of the schedule, but you're off to a 5-0 start in ODAC play. How has the team been able to refocus for the conference season?
Yeah, I think just one message that's been reverberated within our program after the start of the season was that all of our goals are still ahead of us, and that although it's tough to take those losses, those narrow losses early in the season, that ODAC play is still ahead of us and the NCAA tournament is still ahead of us. So just refocusing on how we can get better and learning from those tight games, and just really bettering our team as a whole before heading into ODAC play.
You are now 9 points away from breaking Matt Dugan's career scoring record at W&L. What would that milestone mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, that would mean a lot. We always talk about how storied a program at W&L is. It's one of the pillars of the U.S. Lacrosse Hall of Fame, and obviously got a long tradition, so it'd be a great honor to join Matt Dugan on that list.
Taylor Witherell has started all 12 games on attack this season for W&L. What has it been like to play alongside your brother for the past 2 seasons?
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. You know, ever since the first day I picked up a lacrosse stick, it was playing with and against him. And I kind of thought it would be over playing alongside him after I graduated from high school, but lucky enough to get a chance for 2 more years here, and it's just been a lot of fun.
What are your expectations for the Generals down the stretch in your senior season?
I look forward to us finishing with a strong last 5-game stretch here, heading into the ODAC tournament. And I mean, our goals are still ahead of us to win the ODAC championship and make a deep run in the NCAA tournament. So I expect that. Our team is committed to making that our goal, and working hard to get better every day. So I expect a strong end of the season.
AJ, thanks for joining us. Best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you very much.
I'm now joined by Emily Carden, senior lacrosse captain from Charlottesville. Emily, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
W&L went 6-2 against the non-conference schedule this year, one of the toughest in the country. 5 of the teams that you played are still ranked in the top 10, and the Generals are sitting at number 2. How were you able to hold your own against so many quality opponents?
So I definitely think it's difficult. It's a challenge to play a lot of our strongest competitors in some of the first games of our season, but I think we were able to be overall successful because of our preparation in the off-season. Coach Yetter was a big help with that. The intensity of our lifts and our conditioning and our lacrosse practices were a much higher caliber than they have been in past years. So I think we definitely were able to come out with a lot of those really big wins in the beginning of the season because we were coming out so prepared. We set all of our goals really early in the fall, and that helped us stay motivated throughout the fall and the winter to be as prepared as possible for that very first game.
You're one of several experienced two-way players for W&L. How strong is the Generals midfield in 2019?
We definitely have a lot of really strong midfielders. We have a lot of returning experienced seniors, but also a lot of new first-year midfielders. I would say a big difference in our team this year is how deep our bench is. There's a lot of really talented players who are coming off the bench who deserve all that playing time that they're getting. And because we have such a deep bench, it's given us a lot of flexibility to change up what we're doing in the midfield. In different games, we've played, 3 midfielders, 1 box, 2 boxes, and because we have all that strength coming off of the bench, it allows us to be flexible with who we're putting on the field so that we can match up as best as we can against whoever we're playing that day.
What are the keys to maintaining a high level of play as you work your way through the conference schedule?
Yeah, so we're in the ODAC now. We're playing Randolph-Macon today, who we're definitely not taking lightly. They're a really good team. I think overall with the ODAC, it's definitely a good time to get everybody on the field and let everybody get more experience. But a challenge that we'll face is keeping up the intensity of all of the practices that we're having. At this point in our season, the major way that we're going to get better is just competing against ourselves and driving each other forward. So we have to make sure we're not just going through the motions at this point in the middle of our season, keeping a really high level of intensity at all our practices and taking each game one at a time, but also keeping in mind what our end of the year goals are.
What are those goals? What are you hoping to see W&L accomplish during your final season?
So we're going to win the national championship, which I'm very confident about. I'm very confident in our team. Everybody's extremely bought into this goal. We've faced all of the top opponents who we're going to face in the national tournament, and I think in the end there's a lot of really good teams, but we can hang right there with them. I think it's going to come just down to the discipline and the grit and whoever wants it more, and we're going to win it. So,
Emily, thank you for joining us. Good luck with the rest of the season.
thank you.
For W&L Sports Weekly, I'm Jeremy Franklin. Thanks for watching.